It's almost 4 weeks since Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 simply vanished. The minister has vowed he will never rest until he can explain what to the jet. Najib Razak made the comment to Australian counterpart Minister Tony Abbott. The two leaders pledged that no one be to give those on board the answers they need. For more, Tony Chang joins us live now from Perth. Tony?
Thanks very much, Mike. Yes, we saw the Prime Minister arrive yesterday here with his Australian counterpart, Tony Abbott. He was briefed by the air crews that have been going out to fly over these various search zones 4 or 5 hours out into the southern Indian Ocean. He spoke to them about the debris that they'd sighted, the work that was ongoing. He also got a briefing from Air Marshal who joined investigation for this operation, although Australia has pretty much borne the burden all of the technical know-how that was going into this search. At the very core of what was happening were the relatives of those who are missing.
We owe to the grieving families to give them comfort and closure to this rather tragic event. And the world expects us to do our level best. And I'm very confident that you will indeed show what we can do together as a group of nations, that we want to find answers. We want to provide comfort to the families, and we will not rest until answers are indeed found.
Tony, those comments almost mirror what Tony Abbott said just the other day. He said, look, it's one of the great mysteries of our time. We owe it to the world, he said. We owe it to those families to do whatever we reasonably can do to get to the bottom of this. But at some point, I would think that there's the frustration level, there's an expense associated with this. I know I was talking to someone who was involved in the Air France Flight 447 search. That went down in 2009. They found the black boxes in 2011. When does it get to that point where they just have to say, look, it's just getting so expensive, how much more can we do?
Well, that to a certain extent is the elephant in the room. I don't think anyone at this stage wants to broach that question, but you're right, the cost is immense. There's a certain frustration too. I spoke to one of the flight crews that had just come back from the search a couple of days ago. He said they are getting frustrated now. They're seeing stuff, it's being picked up in the water. They've got a fairly smooth process of operation. It's all being identified as the normal sea debris you would expect to find in waters, and now that we're a little closer to the coast of Australia, there is more and more of that. They're frustrated. The cost is immense. Every time one of these planes goes up in the air, it's costing at least $10,000 an hour to keep them up. There are at least 10 flights. There are actually 14 going up in the air today. They're going up for 10 hours. That's over $1 million a day. And that's just for what's going up into the air. The cost of the boats in the sea, it is immense. Now they're sending in specialist sonar equipment. We understand the Ocean Shield, the specialist Australian ship with the ping black box receptor on the back, is going to be getting into the region. But where does it deploy? It can move only at walking pace, and it can only search an area 3 kilometers wide and 6 kilometers deep. At this stage, they're looking at the whole of the Indian Ocean. So there is a frustration creeping in, but the commitment from both Prime Minister Najib, Tony Abbott, and everyone else involved is that they will keep on going for the foreseeable future.
Well, it's extremely difficult, no doubt about it. Tony Chang, live for us in Perth. Thanks so much.